Hey everybody, welcome to BobBoom. Thanks for tuning in. If you see any ads on my channel, then YouTube put them there. Hey, it's been a while. Thanks for thanks for sticking around. I noticed that I still have around 650 subscribers and it's been quite a while since I've updated my channel with anything in particular. Um wow, so much stuff has happened. I'm not exactly sure what to cover or what to say. Um there's been quite a few things going on with me, but I'm gonna keep this video game related, right? Um, I am a big robot lover, like a big robot lover. How don't like give me giant robots with something, and my heart is going to melt. Um, I will say this: I did recently pirate MechWarrior 5, maybe a month ago, and I pirated all the updates for it, and I've been having fun with it, but there's a lot of missing potential with it. I know MechWarrior Online has a lot of awesome content that you would never expect in a MechWarrior game, like being able to customize the cockpit with all these like little trinkets and things like that. Um, the maps are actually really good in MechWarrior Online. Um, and none of that kind of stuff got ported over. Like you would think with the devs being the same exact people, they would plan that out ahead and say, people really love these features and people really love this one thing. Let's port this over. The problem is that uh, I think MechWarrior Online uses the Cry engine and MechWarrior 5 uses the Unreal engine. So apparently you can't just port things over all magically willy-nilly like that. I'm pretty sure you can do it with the models. I'm pretty sure you can do that with the models, but with uh with everything else not so much. And the only thing that's really holding up MechWarrior 5 for me, and I want you to realize this as a consumer who might be into giant robots such as myself, the only thing holding up MechWarrior 5 is the mods. There is a mod menu, like in-game mod menu. It's so easy to just drag and drop a a file into or like a folder. Like you go to Mod Nexus, you download a file, a zip file. You unpack it because it just has a folder with the name of the mod, and you put it into the mod folder in the MechWarrior 5 directory. And then when you boot the game up and go into the mod menu, voila, there's the mod. You can click it on and off, and then you have to restart the game depending on whether or not, you changed it. And it works. I'd hate to sound like Todd Howard on this, but it works. It just works, right? That is phenomenal. Kudos to them for doing something like that. Uh, Modding is bread and butter when it comes to making a personalized experience. I mean, we've all seen what people do with Skyrim and stuff like that. So, uh, MechWarrior 5 for me definitely is a lot more palpable because of the modding community. And thank you so much, modding community. You guys are just absolutely fantastic. I have like 20 something mods in that folder, just making my MechWarrior experience so much more magical. Um, I also did recently pirate Sea of Thieves, and I haven't been able to play it yet. Actually, here's the thing, right? Um, I don't want to sound like a snitch. Snitches get stitches, and snitches are bitches. But a pirated copy of Sea of Thieves does not need to be installed. It just runs. Just like Doom Eternal when it first came out, it did not need to be installed. All you did was click on the exe and it ran. Sea of Thieves, unfortunately, compared to Doom Eternal, is always online. which is a massive mistake to me. Uh, not in the sense that you know, maybe a pirated copy might not be able to always go online or anything like that. I'll get to that in a second. Um, because then a game I fully paid for that's not even an MMO. Like if it was an MMO, I'd understand always being online. Um, why does it need to always be online? Why does Sea of Thieves always need to be online? I mean, I'm pretty sure. I don't exactly remember. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Ark, the game with all the dinosaurs and the hunting and the guns and everything else. The weird game. Um, Even though it had MMO aspects, I'm pretty sure it had an offline mode. Um, I just don't understand why Sea of Thieves as well needs to always be online. So when I go to try and play it, it wants to connect online. Um, and I'm thinking, okay, sure. And it asks me to make a Xbox or a Microsoft account. I'm sorry, yeah, Microsoft account. So I make one. Fine, and give myself a username and everything, and it tries to connect. Next thing you know, it says it can't connect. And it's not necessarily because it's a pirated copy, but apparently I checked their official Twitter page and they were having issues with their servers and everything, and I'm like, oh wow, that's really shit. I can't imagine if I actually paid like $60 that day, or what is it, $40? I'm sorry, $40, 40, $50. I can't imagine anyway. I can't imagine having paid that money and then out of nowhere I just can't play it. Like I waited, let's say 2 to 3 hours, maybe depending on who you are, 4 to 5 hours to download the entire game, and then when I go to launch it, go through the process of making an account and stuff, which ain't really all that difficult, but I go through the process of making an account and then I still can't even play it. I'd be pretty ticked. I'd be pretty pissed off. Let's see. Um, I was also a big fan of Rebel Galaxy. One time I pirated that in the same exact day that I pirated it. I ended up buying it. I loved Rebel Galaxy so much that I ended up putting it on two devices. I now have a GPD Win 2, which is like a handheld Windows device, and uh, I would literally transfer over my save file between these devices, between mobile and home, and I would just nonstop just play the shit out of that. So I was thinking, all right, well, Rebel Galaxy Outlaws out, and it's kind of Epic exclusive. Let me give that a shot. Oh no. I was not expecting that. Rebel Galaxy Outlaw has its issues with keyboard and mouse. The game is entirely designed around being a console port more than PC focus, which is odd because it's a flight sim, and flight sims are kind of PC's bread and butter here. Like that's their thing. Uh, that's hell. Flight. If it wasn't for flight sims, PC gaming might not have been as popular as it was because you got to realize there's uh, way, 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 way back when PC gaming was really trying to take off. A lot of games were trying to shine, and even just something simple as Flight Simulator was a big deal, right? So because dang, then you started getting the joystick and throttle market and everything, dude. There was actually a time period where you could go to a company called Comp USA. Don't get me started on this. God, the memories. And there would just be an entire section of nothing but flight sticks for your computer. It was a different time. It was a different era. Um, so Rebel Galaxy Outlaw, with it being designed around controller use, specific features are going to be designed around controller use. Imagine, if you will, a crosshair that snaps in the middle of flight despite the fact that you've turned off controller dead zone entirely and turned off controller entirely. So it still wants to act like a controller a little bit with auto aim, I guess, in a certain regard. Um, it it kind of makes you feel a little motion sick. I'm not even a motion sick kind of person. It's just when you're flying, your ship shouldn't be snapping to specific spots. Not to mention that there's this extremely heavy mouse lag between the ship's crosshair and your crosshair. So if I move my mouse, let me guesstimate here, uh, 3 inches to the left, right? Just whew, move it to the left. The ship isn't going to do that for like, I don't know, another half second or so. So imagine actually doing that throughout all motion, up, down, left, right. Just, geez, oh no. You guys really, really need to fix that. That hurts. That really hurts to see Rebel Galaxy Outlaw uh, have such a odd port. And some people were telling me, "Well, then just play it with a controller. It's obviously designed for a controller." Uh, oh, that must be why it's on PC and everything like that. Yeah, sure, man. Hey, man, it's obviously designed for a controller. Yeah, because a ship's crosshair is that much more difficult to just work out. You get what I'm saying? It should just be an easy fix, but there is no easy fix. It should just be the devs going, okay, and I'm not the only one. There's tons of people out there that are complaining about the mouse controls and the keyboard controls for Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. They're just, I don't know, they're not listening or they just don't care. I'm not sure. Let's see what else. World War Z. Meh. Meh. It's a game. It's got a lot of zombies. Everything else about it is excessively boring. Meh. uh let's see. What is that? Nope. Remnant from the Ashes. I played that for a good bit. I actually had that pirated, and then I ended up paying for a copy. Um, there were some parts that legitimately made me angry, uh, physically upset. Uh, but any kind of Souls-like, and I use heavy quotes for that type of game, is probably going to do that to you, especially when you're so close to your objective, and then they just throw you under the bus. Um, it it's not bad. If you want a shooter that is Souls-like, Remnant from the Ashes isn't bad. Is the DLC all that great? Nah, not really. But it's not bad. Wait for a sale. If it's like $20 or something, Remnant from the Ashes, definitely get it. You will get angry at it because there will be BS moments, because sometimes a hitbox might not exactly be what you're expecting, or a movement might not be what you're expecting. But hey, that's Souls-like. They're supposed to make you angry, right? Chernobylite. Uh, I am a big fan of Stalker. Always have been. Stalker was the reason I got into PC gaming. Stalker will forever be in my heart as a game I love and appreciate. And Chernobylite does what it can to appease to that crowd. Though it's a little bit more instanced. How do I put it? There's a hub, which is like your main area that you hang out. You craft and you talk to all the NPCs that you recruit and things like that. And then you kind of go to all these different areas, but not open world like Stalker is. Like Stalker, you can be like, okay, well here's a huge map of the entire area, so I need to go to this end here, and then this end, then this leads over into this area, and then you could kind of chain the map around, right? Like sure, there's still instance, but they're instances that are connected to each other. And Chernobylite, you kind of at the end of each thing, you kind of just teleport back to the hub, and then you wait for the next day, and then you teleport to wherever new area you need to go to collect resources and stuff. But it has a lot of potential. It's still very early access, and they're still adding a lot more content. But man, you really got to show these guys some love. You really got Chernobylite. I'm telling you, it's on Steam. It's like Chernobyl, except it's light, and apparently that's a real thing. Chernobylite's an actual like type of radioactive elements. I had no idea, but definitely go take a look at least. The gunplay is really good. The sound direction, the art direction is really good. If I had to imagine a new age Stalker like Stalker 2, and knock on wood, that's still being developed because they do occasionally tweet out about that, or give out some information every now and again. Um, if I had to imagine a Stalker 2, Chernobylite's pretty close. It's not perfect by any means, but it's pretty close. Um, wow. So I hope everyone's been safe. I hope everyone's been calm, collected, not on fire or getting shot, not getting COVID, not getting attacked by murder hornets, not getting abducted by aliens. Who knows what this new year will bring? Hopefully, I just didn't meme that into existence, but maybe that's what it's going to take. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Stay safe. Love you all. Thank you for staying subscribed, and I hope one of these days I will make more content for you.